All right, y'all, I just got done with my exercises and it is time for my second meal of the day, my breakfast. I'm doing the peanut butter and jelly overnight oats. So I got about 25 grams of the extra crunchy Jif peanut butter in here. 30, did I put 30 grams? I don't know. I polished off this jar of strawberry jam, sugar-free Smuckers. And so I've got one slice of lemon blueberry lemon blueberry swirl bread with 5 grams of some Country Crock light butter on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this. And then I'm probably gonna go get some mowing done outside before it starts raining. So anyway, second meal of the day, I'm excited. Second meal of the day, I have the Kayla Thomas's BLT bowl. So I just got about 4 ounces of chicken, protein pasta, tomatoes, bacon bits, the lettuce, reduced fat mozzarella cheese, and the dressing is the light mayo, plain Greek yogurt, and some ranch seasoning. So this is gonna be lunch, and I'll see you back for dinner. All right, y'all, so for dinner tonight, I just made some chicken tikka, and this is what it is looking like. I just got done cooking it. I'm sorry that I didn't show it to you yet, but so if you see my grocery haul, then you would have seen this. This is the brand that I always get. It's the tikka masala. It's a simmer sauce. So all I did, I just took 2 chicken breasts, just diced it up, cooked them. Once they were cooked about halfway, I have 1 whole green pepper, 1 whole orange pepper, and half an onion, and then I would just cook the vegetables in with the chicken. Once the chicken was fully cooked, then I add the sauce. I put a little bit of water in there, and then I use my little mini spatula thingy just to like scrape the jar out. And I'm just gonna let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Actually, I took it off the heat because it was just boiling. We're not trying to boil anything away. I just wanted to get everything well combined and heat it up. And then back here, I just did some long grain white rice. Woo, steamy. That's just 1 cup of rice with 2 cups of water, a little bit of salt, a tablespoon of butter, and let that cook up. So that is ready. I'll show you what my bowl looks like when I dish up. This is what my bowl is looking like. I did about a half a cup, measured it out, a half a cup of white rice, and I did about 1 serving because I did this as like 4 servings. So I'm guessing this is about like 1 serving of chicken tikka. I am starving. I'm gonna go ahead and eat up. So today, this morning, we are making this is a recipe I had found on Pinterest. I'll link it down below. It is the cinnamon sugar donut muffins, and these look really good, and I'm gonna fix them up really quick and take them to church with me. And so what you're gonna need for this recipe is some flour, some whole milk. I don't have whole milk, I only have 2%. So I'm gonna use what's left in my heavy whipping cream. That's not a lot, so that should hopefully work. You'll need some vanilla extract, 1 egg, baking powder, salt, 2 tablespoons of butter, which we're gonna have to melt. And then later on for the topping, you're also gonna need some sugar, but then for the topping later on, you're gonna need 4 tablespoons of butter. So I got 1 here, 3 there, sugar and cinnamon. And you're gonna set your oven to 350 degrees. This recipe is supposed to make about 12 muffins. I need a little bit more than that, so I may double this recipe, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's talk about this recipe for a second. I did find it on Pinterest, and I will link it down in the description box down below. So what I'm doing here is adding 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and you're going to see me do the wet. Now for the wet ingredients, I'm just going to use the last of my heavy cream. We have 1 cup and 1/4. 1 egg, tablespoon of vanilla, and I'm gonna whisk this really quick. We're gonna add our butter here in just a second. I'm just letting it cool because we don't want scrambled eggs here. All right. Add in our 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I got all of that mixed up. Mix it into our wet ingredients. Now the batter looks a little bit lumpy, but it's really just the butter because not all the butter like melted completely, but it will in the oven, so I am not too worried of that. All right, so now we're gonna go get our muffin pan. I had like 500 cupcake liners that I bought years ago, and because I was doing a lot of baking, so I haven't really bought cupcake liners in a really, really long time, and these green ones are the last of it. I've literally gone through all of them. And the only ones that I have are these ones from Dollar Tree that are more Christmassy looking. So hopefully use what you got, I guess. I know it's not Christmas yet. Now I am just gonna go ahead and fill these up. So this recipe says that it makes about 12 muffins, but in all honesty, I think it made about 15 muffins for one batch. So now these are gonna go in the oven, 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. As I was saying, that this one batch makes about 15 muffins instead of 12, but it was perfect because I needed all 15 of them. So I'm just finishing the last of that batter in the bowl there. And then I end up having to whip up another batch, is what you kind of see me doing sort of in the background there. But anyway, yeah, so this is called cinnamon sugar donut muffins, and I'm not even sure why they call it donut because it doesn't taste like a donut. Don't get me wrong, it tasted really good, but it doesn't have that donut taste to it. I guess it's because that you put it in the butter and then you roll it in the cinnamon and sugar. That could be why they say they call it that. I'm not really sure, but I can tell you that. Now for the muffins that are cooled off, I have them right over here. We're gonna go ahead and take our butter. We're gonna melt the butter in here, and you do want it completely melted, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your muffin, you're gonna dip it in the butter, and then in this bowl here, you're gonna have your cinnamon sugar and you're gonna roll it in there. I swear, I keep interrupting myself with all this talking. But what I was trying to say is that this is not macro friendly. This is not a diet friendly food at all. In this bowl, we're gonna do about 3/4 cup of sugar, and we'll do a heaping teaspoon of cinnamon, maybe a little bit more. Go ahead and mix those up. Okay, so now you're gonna go ahead and take your muffin, roll it around in the butter, roll it around in the sugar. And there you go. Cinnamon sugar donut muffins. So not a diet friendly food, it's more like a taste bud friendly food. Actually, the nutrition info on the website says it's 304 calories. Now, granted, this is for 12 muffins. Now, I made 15 muffins, so the calories would probably be a little less. I never actually did it in my tracker myself. Like I said, I was making this to bring to church because I like to cook food, I like to bake food, and I like to serve the people at church because it's what I enjoy doing. So this is why I was making it. However, I will say that I did partake in eating a muffin or two, not in one day. Like I did eat one this day, and then I did have one like the next day. Like it was actually not a bad like pre-workout, just throwing that out there. But you will not see me eat anything like this while on the cut. So after you're done seeing this, on Monday actually starts the next level shred, which I will be participating in. I will not be making foods like this unless it is actually for church, and then I'll show you foods like this. But just so you know, we're going to be cutting our calories and not indulging quite so much. But this is how they turned out. Oh my God. All right, there we go. All the muffins are done. And actually this recipe does make more than 24 because I still have some batter left over. So when I get home from church, I'm gonna whip up the rest of those. But oh my gosh, y'all, they smell so good with all that cinnamon and sugar. Oh, and some hot butter.